and the Minnesota Vikings. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Rodgers now on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender.
And right away, he lost the football. But it looked like a Packer. Yeah, a Packer was able to get this back, and they'll indeed keep possession. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Hey, check 26.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they'll look to throw. He's got a man, complete. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got the step on him. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
Now here's the first carry for Amir Abdullah. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
319.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now Rodgers. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Back to the ground now. Here's Abdullah. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Box it, box it, box it, box it. Check nickel.
On 1st down, Abdullah. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
319.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
They'll try to capitalize on play number 11 of this opening drive. 3rd and goal. To throw, it's Rodgers. This is screen to Abdullah. That one goes for 24 yards.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Now a give. This is Abdullah, and he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
We just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now Rodgers. Powerful. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Packers in possession of the football. They're in the midst of a nice drive, but facing a 3rd and long here.
That's fine. Yeah.
Watch left. Stop right there. 3 down. Hey,
Gun.
3 down.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. He certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. Well, that will go down as a 15-play drive, and it results in 3 points. So some disappointment?
It's funny, we had our conference before the game with the offensive coordinator, and what did he tell us? I just want every drive to end in a kick, right? An extra point, a punt, or a field goal. Well, in this case, I think it is a little bit of a disappointment because it did end in a kick, but that type of a drive should end in the end zone.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jake Ryan.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
319.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
A second down run for Abdullah. And a short gain down to about the 33. Making the stop there, Daniil Hunter.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Hey, check 26.
White 52.
No.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Sandejo. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole, because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Buying time to his left. And Cook has it, left side. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Clinton Dix there for the stop.
When you try to create space for your running back, the first thought is how physical is the offensive line. Sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front, they out-leveraged them and won the battle.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Oh, and now some space to operate. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 23 yards on the play.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
That's it.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this. On 2nd down, Cook. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. They pitch it out to Cook. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Detroit! 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 Give me that ball, defense! Give me that ball!
Back to throw here. Being chased out left. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
Carlson able to put this one through. And that will tie things up as we head toward halftime. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to tackle. See, into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Open here, Adam Thielen. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Kendall Wright in the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings are able to strike for 6. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 10-3. Carlson now to kick this one away. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. A final shot before half for Rodgers. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the... You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. The dump-off gets them 9, so now they're in much better shape for third down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have the center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
They'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 11 more on that one and another first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. They run again on first down. Cook. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Gun! 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 Gun!
Let's go, D. Mike's 47. Mike's 47.
Detroit! Detroit!
What we got? What we got? Banjo,
Hot!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's right. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He'll find Thielen working the middle. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A really good pickup of 28 yards. They'll run with Cook, and they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Now back to throw, eluding the pressure right. Toward the pylon, caught, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. In for the score, and the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Carlson now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run.
And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Mike Hughes. And this one will be brought back to the 22. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They'll look to throw here. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But a Viking was able to corral this one, and Minnesota will keep possession. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Detroit! Detroit!
They're going to look to throw. His throw incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Now they try the right side here. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. The kick by Carlson is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down. But don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
This will be fielded at the 8. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
58. Gun.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. They find some open field here. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself coming.
Wright's got it. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A good pickup there, a 22. This quarterback now 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow him down.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Leopard! Leopard! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And it's incomplete, almost intercepted. He had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. It brings up 4th down. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. Carlson able to put this one through. And that will push this lead up to 20 now. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Forced out to his left. This will be caught just inside the 10. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track on the ground. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. So they'll turn to the kicker again. He's been a busy man thus far. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. The kick by Carlson is good. And that lead will move from 20 up now to 23. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Rodgers now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's going to let it fly. This is caught inside the 15. And mark him down all the way inside the Minnesota 10. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Operating from the gun, Rodgers flush to his right. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
And it'll be intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here.
3 down. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Mike, check. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. I got it.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. That one goes for 24 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. 23 yards on the play. They go play action here on first down. Steps away to his left. Now he's going to throw. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there for Minnesota. 41 yards. Again, he'll drop to throw. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, his 11th touchdown of the year. And this Viking offense is running away with this one. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it.
Partner, that type of a lead, and they're going to fake it from the 15 to try and pick up a 2-point play instead of kicking it through the post. Come on, man. Put that in mothballs. Come on. Come on. Don't do that.
Put that in mothballs?
Yeah, preserve that for it. That's an ancient relic, faking it. I can understand you want to rub it in a little. You fake it when you snapped it from the 3. But from the 15, mothball that bad boy, just like my grandmother had.
Yeah,
in her attic, the stuff she used to preserve.
Did the same. It smelled terrible. So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10. One final try for Rodgers. We've seen this before.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
And, Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal, win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs.